What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we got our... What do we got? We got our... we got our best build for the assassin class. Subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated. I am super duper blessed and grateful that everyone joins me and watches my videos. And I just... Again, I'm super duper grateful as always, and I just always want to stress that in every video as much as I can. We got this little quick coupon code, DN Community, capital D, capital N, and then Community. Make sure you enter that if you have not already. Get yourself some, what do we got? What do we got? That's up 300 diamonds. Not bad, not bad. All right, so if you did not notice, I recently switched my class. I went from a warrior to the assassin class. If you want to check that video out, I will have a link down below in the comment section where I do like a class change guide. No in particular reason I changed my class. I mostly just did it so that I could make a video for you guys and show it off in case you had questions or were scared to do it. So this build for the assassin, I like to think of it as like a dodge build, right? This is what the assassin is all about, kind of dodging a lot of your opponent's attacks. Definitely, arguably one of the best PvP classes in the game. The first thing that I want to mention is that when we go to Forge and you're doing your enchants, for this assassin build, because like I said, we are going for like a dodge build, you're going to want to try and get resilience and res, which is resistance. So those are the two main stats that you are looking out for when you are rolling your enchantments. And that is because if we go ahead and we take a look at these stats and we see that res, resistance, increases the character's chance to block 50% of the damage, and then resilience, reduce the crit rate of enemy attacks on a character. So that's what this is, the dodge build for assassin. Now you'll notice the reason we went with this is because if we take a look at the styles, and in particular like the PvP skills, you'll notice a lot of them have to do with dodge. So you have this one, Shadow Slayer style, turn into void shadows for 6 seconds when HP drops below 40%. With a 50% chance to dodge an incoming attack when under void shadows. So it kind of just makes you really hard to hit, and it gives you even more survivability, and it just makes you dodge even more. Having a high resilience and high resist, very, very important. And then you have stuff like this. When you activate this skill, you turn into the void shadow, a 90% chance to dodge an incoming attack. I mean, this is what the whole build is. We're just basically just dodging all our opponent's attacks. And this is honestly very, very viable if you are like a free to play or low spender, because if you're going up against a whale, I mean, it doesn't matter how much money they spend. It doesn't matter how much attack they can do if they can't hit you, right? So that's very, very important. So I kind of really like this build. Flash Killer, I'm going to go over the talents pretty fast because a lot of these are pretty self-explanatory. For PvE build, we got our increase of damage. We have, when your HP is higher, we do more damage. For this one, we have enemies hit by shockwave will receive 10% more damage from you per second. This one you can also do 100% chance to clear the cooldown of shockwave after casting shockwave. So basically lets you spam your shockwave ability twice. So if that's something you want to do, you could do that. But I think for this instance, we would go with more damage for our PvE build. Then we have Frantic Blade, increase the chance of Thunder Trigger by a style skill by 90%. Mostly did this because of the high percentage chance to trigger. This one is normal attack is a 30% chance. I don't like that the chance is so low. I'd rather have that higher 90% chance. And then we have Heavenly Wrath. For every 10 rage you have, you're going to increase your normal attack damage by 8%. When rage is lower than 40, increase style skill damage by 18%. Now, the reason you don't want to choose Void Plane is because very rarely is your rage going to be that low. And I say that because if we take a look at this PvE style, you'll notice its style passive ability. Each attack has a 30% chance to recover 5 additional rage. So as an assassin with this build, you're always going to be really generating rage. So very rarely are you going to have, you know, less than 40 rage. So that's why this is just so much better, because you're always going to have lots of rage, and just increasing your attack damage is very, very important. Let's go a look at Shadow Slayer. This would be our PvP solo style that we would pick for stuff like arena and, you know, various things like that when we're doing like one-on-one things. We're going to go over to our talents. We have meditation, increased damage dealt to players by 5%. When damage taken in 2 seconds is higher than 20%, you recover. All right, so the difference between these two is my personal suggestion: if you are free to play low spender, you would want to go with Frozen Plain. If you are a medium to higher spender, you're gonna want to pick reduced damage taken from ultimate by 15%. And this is mostly just because if you are one of those stronger players, very rarely are you gonna have someone who attacks you and does that much damage to you within 2 seconds. But if you are a lot weaker of a player, you notice you get like one shot, two shotted. Then we went with Spread Fear, extends the duration of void shadows to 2 seconds when casting. This is more important because increasing our void shadows means we have a higher chance that we dodge our opponent's attacks. As opposed to this one, enemies hit by Phantom Dash will receive 10% more damage from you. Again, this is the dodge build, so that's why I went ahead and picked this dodge ability. If you want to do something different, you could go ahead and you could pick this attack, but again, I just want to have this strictly dodge build where I'm trying to dodge all of my opponent's attacks. We then went with Sky Splitter, recover 1 rage per 2 seconds in battle. The recovery stops when disengaged. The reason we went with this is because we are going to be dodging a lot of our opponent's attacks, so we're going to be in battle a lot longer. The reason I didn't choose the Frantic Blade is when you attack, there is a 40% chance to recover. I just don't like the percentage chance. When you're attacked, you know, you only have a 40% chance to recover the rage. Whereas this is a guaranteed recover 1 rage per 2 seconds, which is fine because, like I said, this is all about dodging. So a lot of our opponent's attacks we're going to dodge. So we are going to be in battle for a long time. And then we go with Void Plane. For every 10 rage you have, increase the damage dealt. And then finally, for our PvP guild battles, when we're doing stuff like guild wars or 5v5s, 10v10s, those big guild wars, we're going to go with Venom and Ninja style. So for talents, we're going to go over to meditation, increase damage dealt to players by 5%. We're going to go with Frozen Plane. When damage taken, again, very, very self-explanatory. This one is different though. So we have the Gale and we have the Spread Fear. We'll receive 10% more damage from you per second. Now for big guild PvP battles, I'm in particularly like I'm falling behind. Now that my server has been like what, 2, almost 3 weeks old, and a lot of features are unlocked, people are able to spend a lot more money. So I'm definitely not in the top, 50 or 100 anymore like I was early on. So because of that, doing more damage isn't really going to help me, because I'm already not going to do a lot of damage to these whales. But what we can do in these guild wars is we can kind of help our team out. So that's why I went with the speed of the enemies hit by Toxic Vortex is reduced by 25%. This slows our opponents down. I know I'm not going to get the kill shot on anybody, maybe unless they're a lot weaker than me. But overall, we can still slow the enemies down so that some of our stronger players in our guild or in our team can do damage and get the kill shot. So that's why we went ahead with that one. Then we went with Sky Splitter. For every 10 rage you have, reduced damage taken by 2%. Again, this one in particular, we just want to have more survivability for when we are trying to capture and hold things in guild wars. So when we are trying to hold those flagpoles. Finally, we have Void Plane. Increase healing reduction dealt by Poison Command to 70%. This is very, very important because, again, this is going to stop our opponents from healing up. If they have a bunch of mages who have that PvP style, that team PvP style that heals, this will really, really help counter that. So this is definitely definitely good for that. Instead of taking increased damage dealt by poison by 25%, again, I'm a low spender. I only spend $10 in the game, or if you're free to play, this is more important. Now, if you are a medium spender or a high spender, then I would definitely suggest this one because you'll do more damage because that's your role. That's one of the biggest things you need to kind of pick out when you are playing this game is what is your role? You know, just because you don't spend a lot of money doesn't mean you can't play the game and enjoy it. It just means you have to understand your role. As a free to play, you're not going to go into a guild war and dominate and get like 50 kills. You know, it's just not going to happen. But you have to understand that. But you can still help your team out by doing stuff like this, reducing your opponent's healing and stuff like that. But I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe, my friends. I'll see y'all later. Have an amazing weekend. Relax. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your time. Don't work too hard. Peace.